One of my most important takeaways from Chapter 9 would have to be the fact that you should think critically in film. I think all the time we see a film, and as the book says, when the lights go down, we just turn our brains off and get ready to be entertained. And I think that films give us the ability to see history in a different way than we're not used to. I think, like I said, we always don't exactly think critically of movies, and I think that they give us just a good way to look back in the past because they can be done very well and show us the past, but they also can not be done in any sort of historical context or sense. So sometimes you have to take them for face value, but you can get a better idea of what things would have looked like and how things would have been. I think a historical film that I would like to talk about for the second part, what did they do right, would have to be, while cliche, Saving Private Ryan. I feel that everybody kind of agrees that the D-Day scene is probably one of the best in film history, and it really gives just a great feeling and understanding of what D-Day would have looked like and could have been. To me, it's always been amazing how film can portray certain scenes perfectly or really close to perfectly, and one of the best examples of that would have to be the D-Day scene. I think, in high school you get to see it, in all classes you get to see it, and people always show you and use that scene as an example. I would also say that Saving Private Ryan shows you what they can do wrong. I've Googled it just to make sure, but Saving Private Ryan is roughly based on the Nyland brothers, but not really. It's mostly fictional. So while it gives you a good sense of the D-Day scene and allows you to see parts of it, it's mostly entirely made up and fake. Of course, it's pretty much all made up and fake. Of course, there's really going to never be a sniper that was shot out of a clock tower by a tank or anything like that. But it is loosely based on ideas, but I think it's always going to be Hollywoodized, and I think that's the problem with films that we always need to think critically of, is while they have the moments to give us something like the D-Day scene, they have the ability to give us something like the D-Day scene, they also have to, at the end of the day, they're trying to make money and make it entertaining, and sometimes history is not going to be this cut and dry entertaining thing you can watch for 2 hours and have a full story and it makes sense. So I think at the end of the day, while they try to give you snippets of history, in truth, they also cannot do it in full without and leave it to be entertaining and under any relative amount of time. You could do it for 3 hours or you could do it for 2 hours, and I think they know that if they have a movie that's 2.5, 3 hours, people will want to see it and enjoy it. But if it goes on for a day, then people wouldn't. So I think it all comes down to Hollywood wants to make money and they do what's best for them. But I do think that they are a great addition to history because it allows us to have one more chance to get a better feeling at times of what our area is.